ningún cursillo para ninguna receta que sirva para todos. Yo creo que eso, pues como en todo en la vida, cada entrenador o cada persona que recibe este éxito, que participa de este éxito, pues muchas veces pues depende de su propio carácter, de su forma de ser. Cada uno lo vemos de una forma, su formación, su experiencia, pues todo eso que marca a cada uno de nosotros, claro. Bueno, pues un sentimiento de que nuestro fútbol, el fútbol español, había salido reforzado de cara a la sociedad española, que la consideración que se tenía del fútbol pues había aumentado y había una corriente de simpatía en todo el mundo, en toda la gente, en toda la sociedad nuestra, que era muy importante. Y al mismo tiempo, pues que, no sé si modestamente, también sirvió como un buen ejemplo de unos jugadores que de cara a nuestros jóvenes y con, pues, yo creo que le ha servido como ejemplo para todos ellos. Y entonces para nosotros, los que llevamos tantos años alrededor de este deporte, pues era un sentimiento de orgullo, de haber hecho algo importante.
Det är en av de största talang, kanske den största jag någonsin har sett komma fram. Han har egentligen allt.
He wasn't stand out at that time so much, and he came to Malmö when he was 12, I think, and I was the coach for the under-16 team, and so you work with your players, and then okay, someone could tell you about the player, but I didn't heard about him or have seen him before I got him at the team.
I think he was not ready by then. I think he was not a fantastic talent at very early age. He grew from 15, 16 to 18, 19 very, very fast. And there were actually a few talents that were considered to be better than him in the early days. But 18, 19 he really turned out to be a super talent, and then nothing could stop him. And his mindset was there from very early on, I would say.
Jag gillar till exempel dribbla, det vet ju hela Sverige. Men jag gillar dribbla. Så ibland istället för att passa dribbla jag. Så visst kan en lagkamrat bli sur, men det är sånt som händer. Det är inget. Utan det är rätt kul. För att det ska vara kul. Och rätt kul är det inte långt att spela egentligen.
My thoughts about young player is that they are not finished. Like they must work with everything. But he was exceptional technical player, so that I couldn't teach because he was so good at the technical skills.
Zlatan was a good player, but not so physical. But he's a fantastic technical.
Okay, what's your style of play?
Technical.
Technical, because you're very big.
Yeah, but I have very technical feet.
And also, I think it's the technical come from the field when he lived home on Rosengård, and they have maybe 3 times they have practices in the club, and after that they go home and also with the football.
His life was number 1 football, number 2 perhaps school, I don't know, but and family of course, but number 1 was football. So I think he when he could 24/7 he played football wherever it was. If it was outside in the yard, outside their apartments and so on, he played football everywhere, and that's one of the reasons I think he's been a good player, because he has done so many training hours for himself. Then he became so good as he is.
He loved football, the best friend in the world. When I think from he was born in 81 and to today it's a family, and the boys in the family and his wife, and after that it's a football.
One day he came and he wanted to leave, but I think it would be a shame for such a young talent player to leave Malmö. It has been been fault for me as a coach to say to him, okay, leave. So I took my amateur psychology and talked to him. Ola and my second coach took the practice that time, and we stood at the field and talked for 1 hour, 1.5 about why and and so on. So next day he was at the training. I think we have a respect for each other, and I could tell him it's not good to do that or that, and he respect that, and I also respect him because he could tell me why should I do that, and I want to do that. I find it better to do it like this way, and okay, do it that way, and we see what's happened.
He's always liked strong, authoritative men, and he was of course brought up in an area where men were supposed to be authority, so. But it's important for him. He likes authoritative, strong men, but to have to see him, you know. And he said, I want to be a strong leader myself, but I want to understand that players have to be different, and they must be allowed to be different.
Is that where it went wrong with Guardiola?
Yeah.
He wanted all the players treated the same?
Yes. And there was a different word for him. I think in Barcelona he just felt, again, as this immigrant kid who come to Malmö with this well-behaved middle-class kid who didn't understand him. And I think it was the same story all over. And Guardiola didn't understand him, and he couldn't really cope with that kind of character.
I remember now again, in Italy, we were at a training camp. We played Verona at that time, and they come with a under 17, I think, and we were under 16, and we played so well that game. In the first half, I think I played this player Tony Flyger, and in the second half I played Zlatan, and they have a magnificent show, those both players, and Zlatan was incredible at that game, and it ended that before full time Verona leave the field. So good was we. So that's one of the games.
I think it's a very important step for the career for Zlatan. He can go to, I think it's maybe Roma and Arsenal, or when he was 17 or 18.
He was 17, let's not forget, you know. And I wanted to give him a trial with the first team, and he turned it down. He said to me, I don't make trials. You take me or you don't take me. I was a young boy, but I've never seen playing. And it shows what Zlatan is about, you know, confidence in his qualities, a kind of charismatic belief, and that explains as well why he made the career he made.
But he stayed in the club. He played for Malmö in the second division. And I think it's maybe 15 goals this season when you drop down and come back again to the first division in Sweden. So I think it was a very important step in the career when he stayed in Malmö and played football for the highest level for his career.
Young players, they don't set up different goals for them. They are already at the big clubs and so on. So, but I think Zlatan has always have some goals for him in the future, and step by step taken them.
Yeah, he was a very good player. That was his first real season. We played second division. I mean, one of the few years we ever did it. And he was, of course, he was not one of the stable, established players in that sense, but he could really make a difference in that league, of course.
He go up to the first division, and also we drop down, and we come back again with a senior team, the first team here in Malmö. Everybody talking about Zlatan in Malmö. I remember his first game here at home when he scored twice, and we did 2-0 against one of the top teams from Stockholm. That was really one of the memories from his career here. So happy after the game, and confirmed to me and Johnny and talking about the game. It's a fantastic story when he was 13 years old, and we have seen him all the way up to the success story with Malmö.
Vi har fått ett antal, kan jag säga, samtal med honom, och det är inte 1, 2 eller 3, det är många alltså. Ja, i stort sett alla länder. Kan vara agenter, det kan vara talangscouter och så, men de har fått samma svar allihopa, och han är inte till salu. Jag har ju tagit det här jobbet för jag vill försöka att lyckas med det här nu, att vi ska gå upp i allsvenskan. Då kan man inte, även om det kommer massor med miljoner och erbjuds en spelare, inte nu. Aldrig.
Because we knew we couldn't keep him, so it was not a big issue for us. And of course, we needed the money as well, I think. So it was, I think it was a good deal for all parties there.
There's a funny story from about 2001 or something when he was just going to be transferred to Amsterdam to play for Ajax, his first professional club. And I was working for Swedish TV4 and made a piece where a small kid won a contest on our website to make his own TV interview with Zlatan. Of course, Zlatan was not a world-famous hero by then, but he was world-famous throughout Malmö. And this small kid sees Zlatan coming out, Zlatan sees him, and Zlatan is so respectful to this kid. He says, "Hello, I'm Zlatan, how are you doing?" They sit down in front of the cameras, and the kid's first question is not, "How can you be such a good player?" that you would think from a kid 6 years old. Instead he says, "Why do you get so many red and yellow cards?" And Zlatan, being a star, maybe he would be offended. But no, he just laughs his heart out and says, "Well, maybe I should just chill a bit." And he really liked that kid, and it shone out through the interview.
Ronaldo was his idol from, I remember we were at Milan.
And we're looking for the Fiorentina against Inter Milano. And Ronaldo played a game in San Siro.
Fortunately, Ronaldo scores 2 goals. I think Inter won 2-0. And that was happiness for Zlatan to see his idol scoring 2 goals.
And he said to Johnny, "Johnny, I will play on this stadium."
And he says, "I'm going to be here one day."
5 years later, we play in Juventus, and they play against San Siro, so it's fantastic.
He wanted to be better and better, and that's one of the keys to his success, I think. He's always have goals, and that's good.
I think it's a success story with Zlatan. His ambitions, he come to when we have some. It's important to say it's very good in school, but he's said to I go from the school and I will play football now, and he also I will be the best player in the world.
Zlatan är ju ett, man ska inte säga närheten av problembarn, men han har en kaxig attityd. Och samtidigt så vi får acceptera lite av hans förhållande kanske. Men samtidigt så börjar han väl komma in i det här att han ska hitta sin plats i laget här. Han är liksom inte stjärnan än. Han tror att han är det. Men om man förstår att han tror det ibland, i och med som tv, tidningar, fans hälsar upp honom. Det kvittar han kan stå och hålla bollen i luften ute vid hörnflaggan, så är han ju ny Maradona. Det är 10 andra på plan som kan gå ut och hålla den i luften vid hörnflaggan.
I think he was before he really delivered all the results and all the fantastic things on the pitch. I think he tried to use his confidence and to some extent he was above and considered him to be above the other the people around him. And I think to some extent that is disturbing some people, especially in a society like the Swedish one, where you're supposed to be very even to everybody, and it's a very in that specific mindset that we have here, I think.
Han är jävligt egoistisk också. Det finns ju massor med lägen när vi springer oss fria, när Zlatan helt enkelt inte ser det. Där en enkel passning skulle innebära en jättemålchans. Men att han är egoistisk betyder också att han vågar göra de här lite farligare grejerna. Vilket han misslyckas med ibland. Men när han lyckas då kan det hända vad som helst. Då kan han göra mål från ingenting.
Muhammad Ali was the love of his father. You know, when they had this good time together, they were certainly not watching Swedish telly. They were watching old videos of Muhammad Ali and George Foreman and all things.
I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
And I think he immediately loved that attitude. You know, the Muhammad Ali attitude is absolutely opposite to the traditional Swedish attitude. We have to be humble, you know, and don't say, but Muhammad Ali was just coming here and say, I'm the greatest.
I will be the youngest heavyweight champion in history.
Zlatan thought that was something that spoke to him.